Life Squad 15, Life Squad 18, Fremont Fire. Respond to the Hayes Avenue Bridge. Hayes Avenue Bridge. Going to be for a train who hit numerous pedestrians. Your time now, 1927.
Fremont Fire Layer 2, 7200. We're clearing the call. We're en route.
The only thing we can do is continue to pray for these people and their families and our community. We do everything we can to welcome our anglers to the city of Fremont, and this is a very, very unfortunate tragedy that has hit our community today. Our number one goal as a community today should be to pray for the catastrophic loss that this family has been endured with. Pray for our first responders and all of those who have worked throughout the night and throughout the day and are actively working to recover this 5-year-old child.
We are tracking the latest on a deadly situation in Fremont after a family on a fishing trip were struck by a train. We are diving deeper into this story to bring you what we know so far and what we're trying to figure out. It all started Sunday night when 911 calls first started coming into dispatchers. 2 women, a mother and grandmother, were killed after being struck by a train. A toddler was injured and flown to the hospital, and a 4th victim, a 5-year-old little girl, was missing. Authorities searched the Sandusky River to Sandusky Bay for the girl Sunday night and into Monday morning. Fremont Mayor Danny Sanchez shared this heartbreaking news with the media.
The body has already been removed from the water as we speak, and that recovery effort took place right behind us as we were all standing here, just short behind us in the Sandusky River. So the body has been recovered. Again, we ask all of you and everyone to keep everyone in our community, specifically this family, in your thoughts and prayers. We believe that all four people involved in this unfortunate, tragic situation has all been accounted for. Are there any questions?
Where exactly was she found? You said right behind us here? Was it at the base of this overpass right here?
The only information I have that the body was recovered right behind us, and I believe somewhere under the bridge behind us here.
I'm sorry if this question was asked. I wasn't at the first press conference. Was there a fishing tournament going on, or is it just the equivalent of like bass fishing?
There was not a fishing tournament. This is our season for white bass run. And people come here from all over the country, specifically for the walleye and the white bass run, and we believe the family was just simply here to enjoy a normal, ordinary, reasonable fishing trip in the Sandusky River.
Were any life-saving measures taken when found?
I don't have any information on that. I've been advised that the 5-year-old body has been recovered.
He said she. Is it confirmed that it is a female?
I do believe it is a 5-year-old female.
Anything that you'd want to say just about the hard work done to find this child at this stage?
You know, the only thing I will say is we've been out here. I've been out here with the community, with our first responders, through most of this tragic situation, and our first responders have worked really hard. And I just ask you all to keep them and the family in your prayers. Thank you. That's all.
Did any of the fishers in the water help find the body? Because they were all out here just moments ago, and it obviously.
Ma'am, I was out here with all of you when this took place, and it took place right behind us, and I was not aware that that was happening until I received the phone call.
Yeah, do you know who found the body?
The fire department.
Local or another?
A combination. I believe Fremont firemen were on the airboat with local Ballville Township, and I believe some Toledo firemen were also on the boat.
What's next in this story? What's the next thing that's going to happen?
Well, I think we just need to take this moment for what it is right now and be thankful that and just offer our prayers and our condolences to this family. This has been a very tragic situation. I don't have the answer what's next. The investigation will be ongoing.
This is 3 generations of women that died in this accident. When you think of it that way, you said a grandmother, mother, and her children. Just one more time, if you could, just talk about that loss of life. It's just devastating.
Yeah, it's unimaginable to be standing here today and just trying to keep the public updated and keep everyone informed of what really is very, very sad, tragic situation. There's no words, anything that I can say that's going to make the situation better. We have a family, as you just pointed it out, that is going through what I couldn't describe as I don't know what could be worse than what this family is currently going through. Whether they're from our community or not doesn't matter. What's important is that as a community, as people, we come together to pray for this family. And they're still a 14-year-old child that I believe is still fighting for their life. And we need to continue to pray for that child. And we need to allow the first responders and everyone involved to conclude the investigation and move forward from there.
We are still learning more information about this incident and all of the victims involved. Something you'll only hear on WTOL 11. Family members are mourning this loss, and we got the chance to speak with one of those family members. Hisan says he lost his sister in yesterday's incident. He says his family are Burmese refugees who've been in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area for close to 15 years. He says his sister was an experienced angler, and there were times when he and his sister were fishing once a month. We asked him through a translator how he's feeling right now.
So he answered, I feel very, sad, and he couldn't be able to see his sister's family and the dead body. And then he couldn't be able to do anything else yet, and he feels lost.
Hisan says the Burmese community in Fort Wayne has offered to help him bury his family. Sophia Pericone was live on the scene all day today in Fremont, and she joins us tonight with the latest details from there.
We now know all 4 people involved in this tragic train strike are related and have all been accounted for. We're told they were visiting Fremont from Fort Wayne for a fishing trip, and we're now learning more about this family and who they are. Relatives have identified them as 5-year-old Intizar Mi, 14-month-old Artie Carr, 34-year-old Unaizar, and 50-year-old Ramizam B. We're told this happened around 7 o'clock Sunday evening near the Miles Newton Bridge over the Sandusky River. The bodies of the 2 women, the 50-year-old and the 34-year-old, were both recovered on Sunday night. The 14-month-old was flown to St. V's. That toddler is in the hospital in critical care as of Monday evening. When crews arrived on Sunday night, they couldn't find the 5-year-old, prompting an urgent river search throughout the night. That search ended Monday afternoon when fire crews found her body under the Miles Newton Bridge.
There are many, many community citizens who are concerned and are deeply saddened by this tragedy. Although these folks are not from Fremont, we welcome everyone to our community. And when you are here, we want to treat people like family, and it's very unfortunate with this tragedy, and our community is very greatly concerned.
Officials weren't able to say if the family was fishing off the bridge at the time of the train strike. They did say pedestrians aren't allowed on that part of the bridge and typically don't go up there. We'll continue to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. In Fremont, Sophia Pericone, WTOL 11.
WTOL 11 has had different crews on scene in Fremont since 8:30 last night. Today we reached out to an angler supply and a nearby bait shop. The owner, Bernie Witt, says fishermen from out of state usually buy their supplies wherever they end up going fishing, and then he has plenty of people visit Fremont from across the country.
I just can't hardly grasp what actually happened, really, because it's carelessness or something. We shouldn't have been on the tracks. It kind of puts a damper on the fishing, the happiness of the fishing, So we try to recover a little bit here, but the first and foremost, prayers for the family and the deceased from my behalf.
This tragedy has brought on a wave of support from anglers from the white bass run on the Sandusky River or the walleye run on the Maumee River or ice fishing in winter months. There are plenty of opportunities for anglers to come together here. This is what some anglers had to say about the incident.
For the community of Fremont, it's big, but for everybody that comes here, it's kind of a really special thing that we plan on like family vacation, really. Like, this is the time you want to come with your uncles, your dads, your brothers, catch 100 fish. When it's a child, for some unapparent reason, I don't care what it is, it's horrible. It's horrible to come out here and fish and have to think about what you could find at your feet. It's a horrible, horrible thing. I stopped myself from coming up last night and came up this morning. I'm glad I did, because I don't want to be a witness to that. Like, especially if you can't witness it and you can't help. Like, that's just even worse.
Once the news started to spread that multiple people were hit by a train on these tracks, prayers started to pour in. State Representative Gary Click, an ordained pastor, says he was in church with his wife when he heard the news. He says he reached out to the mayor there, Danny Sanchez, who asked him to support the first responders on Monday. Our reporter spoke to Representative Click at the scene.
Sometimes there are more people than fish in the water, I think, out here. And of course, and people come from all over the state, really all over the country, to come fishing right here on the Sandusky River. And so it's sad that something that's typically joyful and pleasant and something that people do for recreation turned into a tragedy last night.
We reached out to the Federal Railroad Administration, which oversees railroad tracks and bridges. We're told illegal trespassing is the leading cause of rail-related deaths in the U.S. In 2024, 685 people were killed and another 627 were seriously injured while walking on train tracks. In just Ohio, there were 15 deaths and 20 injuries last year. A spokesperson for the RFA also issued a statement saying the Federal Railroad Administration extends our deepest sympathies to those affected by this terrible event. This tragedy is a vivid reminder of the dangers of trespassing on railroad property, and we hope this extremely unfortunate occurrence will raise public awareness of the dangers. This was a Norfolk Southern train. The company also issued a statement saying, "We are deeply saddened by this tragedy and our hearts are with those affected, their loved ones, and the community during this difficult time. We're working closely with local authorities on their investigation." You can also watch today's full news conference on WTOL 11+. It's free to download. We'll continue to update you on here as we learn more, as well as WTOL 11+ and WTOL.com.